everybody. It's good to be back with you. Live streams have returned. So we're going to have a great time today. This is the new time for streams, 5 p.m. It gives me more time to get videos done during the day. So live streams are Mondays through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me say hi to everybody who's joined. If you joined during a live stream, you get a shout out during the stream. And then, of course, at the very end, I will do shout outs to everybody. But Francis, that was a lovely comment you wrote at the top. I really appreciate that. So welcome to Lorenzo Rizzuto. Hold on. David Felton. Scrolling. Gemini. Oh, I like your picture, Gemini. DG. Lou Hyep Fan. Is that a rooster? That's awesome. Let's see here. Myra. Oh, Wonder Woman fan. Nash Senadicki. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Scorpio Dan 80. That's awesome. Your picture's cool. Let's see. And so that's everybody. That's everyone who's joined today. And of course, there are so many of you. If you can be a member, fantastic. If you can't, I totally understand. Hey, Jose Miranda. Hey, Kirby Clay. Do whatever is best for you. You can ride your subscription. I totally understand. So anyway, welcome everyone. It's good to be back with you. I've missed you too. You guys are fantastic. Chris has arrived. So we're going to go over these 3 really fantastic stories. Just such good stories. I'm sorry. Hey, Francisco Telez. Hey, Marvel. Nice to meet you. And also, by the way, as always, after the 3 stories of the day, there's a 10-minute Ask Me Anything. So you can ask me anything you want for the final 10 minutes of the stream. All right, so I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's nice and calm and has good mental health. It's been a crazy 2021 so far. It was pretty weird, funny. Everyone was like, 2021 is going to be better. And then 2021 was like, hold my beer. I saw, my favorite thing that I saw was, you know, the Joker Pennywise meme? Someone said that was 2020. Showing 2021 around the place. And I thought that was pretty funny. All right, so welcome everybody. Let's get on to today's 3 stories. And then, of course, at the end of the stream, you can ask me anything that you would like. Is the 5 o'clock time good for you guys? What do you think of a 5 o'clock time? Hey, Jorge. Jorge Navarez. Oh, good. Everyone likes the 5. Excellent. 4 o'clock was kind of like not working out so well. It was cutting my day too short. I'm glad everybody likes the 5. Yay! All right, everybody. That's fantastic. All right, let's get started. That's right. First, oh, wait, I still have the 3rd story highlighted. Okay, the first boop of the year. Boop! All right, so once again, Deadpool has been confirmed as rated R. We know it's rated R, but it's a slow news cycle, so this became a very big story. Everyone was like, okay, now Kevin Feige says it's rated R. Now, I had felt that it probably wouldn't be rated R at first because how would they utilize it within Disney, although some things have changed in Disney, which we've discussed before, and I'm going to update you on that. And then also, I think I have a couple of ideas how they could still potentially use Deadpool in the theme parks. But anyway, Deadpool, at least we know that Deadpool is coming. He's coming very slowly, says Kevin Feige. He was very gracious about it. He was like, well, you know, it's going to take a long time because Ryan Reynolds is busy. It's like, you're busy too, Kev. You know, there's just isn't, you know, as I've discussed with you before, the MCU has gotten so crowded and only can release like 3 movies a year, maybe 4. And it's doing the Disney Plus shows, you know, there just isn't a lot of room. Although I told you I heard that Deadpool will briefly show up in Doctor Strange in the, the Multiverse of Madness. You know, he can cameo all over the place. I'm sure they could grab Ryan Reynolds here and there for him to just run through. And it would be fantastic. And that would, you know, I think you'll have to probably wait a while to see a Deadpool movie. But I don't think you're going to have to wait that long to see Deadpool in the MCU, which is exciting. So anyway, during the WandaVision junket, boy, Deadline got embarrassed. They got the least information out of Kevin Feige. They just didn't know the right... I mean, they tried, but maybe he didn't like that reporter or something. But it was weird. But anyway, a lot of other information came out. He talked about the length of episodes, but I think it's a little early. I was going to make a video about that, but I need to see I need to, that's funny, Dancing Dog. Deadpool and post-credit sequences would be fun, maybe. That would be cool. That would be great if he just showed up for a post. That would be a great use of an end credit scene. But anyway, I didn't want to make a video about the length of episodes just yet because we don't know how it's going to play out with WandaVision, which is where I'm telling you, I'm really curious to see how people react on Friday. Thank God they're dropping 2 episodes because the first one's 21 minutes long plus some credits. And, there's very long credits on streaming because they have to dub it in all these foreign countries. So they have to credit everybody that worked in the other countries. So there's a ridiculous number of credits on streaming services. So the first episode of WandaVision is mad short. But if it does get longer as the show goes on, I'm fine with that. I was disappointed to hear that She-Hulk is only supposed to right now be, 30-minute episodes. I don't like that at all. Now, it's fine with Glow and Cobra Kai, but those are binge shows. My position currently, we'll get to Deadpool in just a second, but my position currently is that if you're going to do half-hour episodes, so Kevin Feige says they have 2 camps. They're either going to do 9 to 10 30-minute episodes, 20 to 30-minute episodes, like a sitcom, or they're going to do 40 to 50 40 to 50-minute episodes. Now, to me, this seems like they're trying to make it, this could be repackaged at some point to air on regular television. That's the only reason that you would do this. So that, if you want to air in the 30-minute slot, you need to be under 30 minutes, about 24. And if you want to air in an hour, you need to be about 45 minutes. So that's what I think they're doing. Because, Disney is quite the machine. And I think they're like, at some point, maybe we would want this to air, as Mika just said, on ABC. Maybe we'd want it to air on ABC. Maybe we'd want to air it somewhere else. I'm glad you guys think this is smart. I appreciate it. I'm going to make a note so I don't forget about this. Hold on. Maybe I'll do this video tomorrow. I don't know. I think we need to see how it turns out. So I'm going to make a note for Monday. Or maybe I'll do it Friday afternoon. That's what I'll do. So I think that's the only reason they would do it. Because, for instance, Umbrella Academy is super short. I mean, Umbrella Academy is sometimes 50 minutes or 61 minutes. I mean, they're all over the place. Hey, Matthew Davies, did somebody join while I was typing? I don't think so. All right. So anyway, I feel like if it's 30 minutes, you should binge it. You should be able to binge it. I really don't think you can release a half-hour show weekly. I think people would lose their minds. What do you guys think? I like how the name Kian is dabbing to 30 minutes. That's adorable. You just kind of made me like 30 minutes more. Lloyd says Game of Thrones was a solid hour and I loved it. Yeah, I want my hour. I want my full hour, to be honest with you. Hey, Robbie202. Black Lightning, they will release 2 episodes of WandaVision on Friday because I think they knew that people would lose their minds. It's a 21-minute episode where I've heard nothing big happens. There's no big reveals in the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, which I think is a mistake. I'm surprised that Kevin Feige would make that mistake as business savvy as he is. So let's see, though. I'm very curious to see how it's received. And I think that if it ends amazing, no one will care. It'll be like The Boys. Like, everyone was upset at the beginning of The Boys season 2. And then by the end of The Boys season 2, everyone was like, well, all is forgiven. And I think people are very forgiving with Marvel. I think people are going to be like, this is a little bit of a curveball, but I'm excited to see the rest of the show. Because it's their first television show, so we don't know what to expect. All right, so let's go back to Deadpool being rated R. All right, so it's confirmed yet again. Now, I think the reason that they're fine having a rated R movie is because Disney Plus is adding an adult section, which in some places is Star or it's Hulu here in the United States. So they would be able to release I don't think they'll ever do an R-rated series for that reason. That's Marvel. I mean, never say never, but out of the gate, I don't believe they will. But I think that for a movie, it's fine. You know, as I said in my original video back in Thanksgiving when they announced the writers, I think that they want Alien, which they're doing a series for, Predator, which they're doing a new movie, and Deadpool, which they're doing a new movie, so they can start populating their brands. I think now that they have something set up, they can go off to the races with R-rated content at the Mouse House, which is crazy. Also, what are they going to do about the theme parks? Now, I thought, you know what? Now, I think that for sure they're going to tone down the sexual content. I think that there are a lot of sexual jokes in the 2 Deadpool movies. I bet you that gets pulled back. Because a lot of parents in the United States, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but a lot of parents are fine with their kids seeing a violent film. I think most people have grown up on watching, their parents let them watch violent movies, especially like rated R films. But I think that the sexual aspects would get a parent, I think everyone has the experience of their parents are like, close your eyes. And you don't want that happening too much in Deadpool. So I think they're going to cut back on probably the sexuality, and I think Lloyd's right, the language. So they're going to I think they're going to keep the violence up to make sure that you get those amazing action sequences. I think they're going to like that. Side note, Kyle just pointed out that Harley Quinn is about 20 to 30 minutes long, and that worked. Kyle, excellent rebuttal. Excellent rebuttal, Kyle. And I didn't appreciate the weekly format there either. But for season 2, it was so good at the end, always forgiven. So anyway, how would you have a theme park situation? So I thought, okay, they'll just have him in the theme park and he won't do anything there. But then I thought, what'll parents say when they go to the theme park, their kid loves Deadpool, and then they can't let him watch the movie? I think Disney would have a problem. So what would you do about this, right? I think that you could have maybe an adult experience. Now that sounds crazy. What if you were like Deadpool, the adult experience? That'd be pretty funny, actually. You could put that in Disney Springs. You could put that in Hollywood Studios. You could just age gate the attraction. That would be fascinating to me. Would they do that? They used to have Pleasure Island at Disney World so that you could kind of figure it out there. I like Jordan's Chimichangas idea. That's pretty funny. But I think they're going to have Deadpool in the theme parks for sure. Here's why. He's such an easy character to replicate. His face is covered. Oh, I like the bar idea. Marvel just solved it. Marvel, new member. If they could have a bar where Deadpool would make appearances, that would be hot. Or a stand-up comedy club. Who just put that down? Vanderson Valley. You guys should all work at Disney. These are fantastic ideas. I love this. This is so great. I'm going to write these ideas down. They're so good. Hold on. A bar or stand-up club. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's great. That's very, very strong. So they could do that. I would love to have a Deadpool, he could show up even as an Easter egg on rides, on an attraction. I don't know if they could do a ride like this that had an age gate, but he could kind of like show up and be like, hey, everybody, and everybody would be like, oh, it's Deadpool. And kids will be like, who's that? And parents will be like, we'll tell you when you're older. So anyway, I think it's great. I think they could replicate this character very easily because, again, his face is covered. So you just need to have Ryan Reynolds record lines, or you can get a comedian who sounds like Ryan Reynolds. If you've ever seen the Jack Sparrow impersonators at Disney World, you know what I'm talking about. Those Jack Sparrow impersonators are incredible. Really, really strong. So I think that they could really do something interesting with Deadpool. I think that would just be fabulous. And I think Ryan Reynolds would love it. I wonder what kind of a cut he's going to get because he has so much ownership of the character. I'm sure his agent's like, how are we going to make this work? It's going to be great. I would think that Josh loves movies. I think the reason you couldn't have Ryan Reynolds record all the lines is because you would want an interactive quality. So if Ryan Reynolds pre-recorded everything, the character in the theme parks couldn't react with what was being said to him or what people look like. It's like if you ever done also the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor. Oh, they're getting rid of that. Maybe they could do something with Deadpool like a laugh floor. That would be hilarious. But, they're able to talk about people. They're able to be like, oh, a nice shirt and hey, buddy, so you would want to be able to do that with Deadpool. I would think that would be crucial to that experience succeeding. I think this is fantastic. It's really good. And, Disney's trying to have stuff that appeals to older audiences. They don't want to be the kiddie park. And I think that would really help them. Really, 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 really help them. All right. Ben Green says, rebrand the Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios. Oh, that's a very good idea. But I don't think they can have Marvel characters. Well, maybe they can. Hey, Marcus, Steph, because they're able to get Guardians of the Galaxy there. Maybe they could use the fringe characters. Maybe Deadpool could show up over there. It's just very, very strong. All right, so that's the first story of the day. I love it. All right, story number 2. Boop. So, Sex and the City is coming back. It trended last night on Twitter. It's going to be an HBO Max revival, not a reunion like Friends. The show is fully coming back. That's fantastic for HBO Max. That's a major coup. But what trended? It wasn't so much Sex in the City as it was the fact that Samantha, aka Kim Cattrall, will not be returning. Now, Kim Cattrall, she's the one in the black in that picture there. She has been a thorn in the side of this for so long. She just is like, give me more money. She held up the movies for so long. She's always been difficult. So I would also first like to say that at some point, I do feel that Kim Cattrall might return. Like, she said she wasn't going to do the movies, and then she did the movies. So this might just be a negotiation tactic. But I have to tell you, I don't think it's that bad, and I think you could still move forward without her. Now, some people, I saw a lot of, I never watched the original Sex and the City. I didn't see it. But I'll talk about whether or not I would watch this in a minute. I would. All right, so anyway, I think that they said, well, what about all the really ridiculous, raunchy adventures that, Samantha had? You could just have them have a new friend. They're going to catch up on themselves at this point in their life. I'm sure they've met other people. I'm sure they could have met someone who is very, crazy like Samantha. Or there could be someone's child. I'm sure maybe Samantha has a long-lost daughter. Maybe they'll kill Samantha and be like, oh, Sharon Stone is a pretty good idea, Bug. Sharon Stone is an excellent idea. She really did a nice job on Ratched, which did very well. So I think that's very good. Oh, you guys are on fire today. Everyone has their executive hat on. I love it. So yeah, so I think you could easily replace, and oh yeah, why Guven had a very good point. Let's get some diversity in there. I think that would be important. I think they're going to try, and I think there are a number of actresses of color, although you wouldn't want the actress of color, you'd have to balance it very carefully. You wouldn't want, I think they could figure it out. I think this is going to be generational. I think that they're going to probably have the children of these characters as well. Oh, I love Vanessa Williams' Bug on Ugly Betty. She was fantastic. So I think they're going to have, I think things will be fine. Don't worry about it. And I think this show is going to be really successful. I think, it's going to be a good compliment to Gossip Girl. I think it's going to be a good compliment to Flight Attendant. And remember that at launch, HBO Max said our target audience is women. That's why their main color is purple. The colors that these people choose for their services is not a mistake. There's a lot of market research that goes into how colors make you feel. That's like why all movie posters are mostly orange and blue, because they know that that's both calming and exciting. So Tiffany Haddish, I don't know if she really fits with the group. Kerry Washington's a nice call. Actresses, older actresses have been doing extremely well on TV. It started with Big Little Lies season 1 and spun out of there. And there's been so many shows at this point. I think it's very, very exciting. I watched Sarah Jessica Parker's Divorce on HBO, HBO proper. I thought, Taraji P. Henson's an excellent choice. I like her better. Regina Hall's pretty good too. Janelle Monáe. I think Janelle Monáe's younger than the group, but I said I wanted it to be generational, so that would maybe work. And Aisha Tyler or Sandra Oh already has Killing Eve, but there's obviously a copious number of choices here. Viola Davis, I don't think she would do it. She's an Oscar-winning actress at this point. She's got other stuff to do. She's already doing Suicide Squad. I think that's her franchise itch. So Taraji P. Henson is the best choice I think that you guys have had up to date. I think she'd be with Cookie. Remember? I mean, she's already got a good space. She is good in the TV space. I think she'd be really good. Selma Hayek's also pretty good. But I don't know if Selma Hayek would be really willing to do the risque aspects of the role. Taraji P. Henson's crazy in a good way, so it would be fantastic. But I watched Sarah Jessica Parker's Divorce with Thomas Hayden Church. That was also a half-hour show, by the way, and I thought that was delightful. So maybe this half-hour thing could work. But Jada Pinkett Smith, Ari, she really loves to chew the scenery on Gotham, but she was fantastic at it. Halle Berry could be good, Ro. Halle Berry's actually not a bad idea because her career is not so great. So I don't know if Sofia Vergara would do something so risque because of her. She has such a strong network television vibe. I think that might limit her audience too much. And I don't think she needs to maybe break out of it. I'm not sure. But yes, I loved Divorce. If you're looking for something to watch, that was a fun show. And I thought Sarah Jessica Parker did a great job on it. So if they can just do more of that, I'd be quite happy. All right, so that's the second story of the day. So hold on. Let me mark it. Final story of the day. Hold on. Boom, baby. I always do that from Emperor's New Groove for the final story of the day. Now, this, I wasn't going to include this, but some of you sent this story to me right when it dropped, right before I was preparing this. And it was such a good story. In fact, it's just as we started to go live, I saw that it was working its way up the trending topics in the United States because it's such a good idea. So they're going to finally do Aaron Sorkin's Being the Ricardos. And we finally got some more information about it. Now, one has to wonder if this suddenly is getting fast-tracked because of WandaVision, right? WandaVision is copying many of the early sitcoms, including I Love Lucy. It's showing current actors in a black and white sitcom setting, and everyone's eating it up with a spoon, partially because it's Marvel and it's got Elizabeth Olsen in it, but people are excited. Now, the reason it's doing so, the reason this is getting fast-tracked all of a sudden, Aaron Sorkin signed on to direct it over the summer, but now it's doing really well because suddenly, even though Cate Blanchett was originally attached, she dropped out. But Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem have decided they would like to do it. And now this is Amazon, and it's a movie, so it would be released in theaters, I think, because Amazon's very good at releasing their movies in theaters first. So it's for Amazon Studios, and suddenly, now that Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem want to do it, this thing's becoming very hot. As it should. As it should. Now let's walk our way through this. This is an absolutely phenomenal idea. I'm starting to feel that WandaVision is not going to be able to be awards worthy. Just from what I'm hearing about it, I don't think it has the space to go into the depth that's needed to be awards worthy. This does. And when I describe this to you, you will understand the difference. All right, so this is so good. I can't believe it. So Aaron Sorkin is going to, let me see here. Okay, first I want to talk about the actors. All right, so Nicole Kidman. Her agent, as some of you are already pointing out, is amazing. She is on such a roll right now, and this is a fantastic project for her. I'll be interested to see if she can do the comedic aspects of Lucille Ball, but she'll be able to mimic. She doesn't have to create them. She just has to mimic what was actually done. And I think Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem offer us a level of dignity and respect to these two people that I think is very important. I don't think Deborah Messing would be a good Lucille Ball. I thought she leaned into that way too much, into the fact that she was almost, I think, single white femaling Lucille Ball, which I didn't think was cool. I'm a big I Love Lucy fan. I grew up watching I Love Lucy every summer. I'm a really big fan of the show. I know all about it. I've studied it. I'm a big fan. So Nicole Kidman is Lucille Ball, and then Javier Bardem as Desi Arnaz, which I think is fabulous because I would not want to see Desi Arnaz shortchanged here. I think that's very important to the story. So it creates two people who I think are very much on par. Now, Aaron Sorkin decided to direct after the Chicago 7. He was like, you know what? I had fun doing this. It turned out really good. I'm going to direct this myself, even though he had first just written it. Now, is that a problem? Because as I said in my review, he's not a particularly good director. I don't think it's a problem because he's come up with the most amazing framing device I've ever heard. It's the most amazing framing device. It's brilliant. I think that it just once again proves that Aaron Sorkin is a freaking genius. So how is this set up? It's called, again, Being the Ricardos. Oh my God, it's so good. Because, of course, their characters were Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. Now, this will follow the show during a single week of production. It will start the movie on Monday during a table read, and then it will go through all the way to Friday, filming in front of a live studio audience. Isn't that fantastic? And while they put that episode together, I wonder which episode they will choose, and that will give them a lot to draw from. They're going to be suffering both a business and personal crisis. Oh my God! Now, this is important because both of them were producers on the show. They actually set up their very own studio, which is still used to this day. Desilu, the studios where they filmed I Love Lucy are still used today. And they invented the multi-camera sitcom formula. It's like they're very important, and they've invented it creatively, but also business-wise. So they're both producers on the show. Now, on one hand, you have Lucille Ball, who was a huge star at the time. She had come off the radio show My Favorite Husband, which is very good, and actually uses many of the same setups because it's the same writers for I Love Lucy. My Favorite Husband was basically turned into I Love Lucy. However, the studio at the time didn't want to use Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball's real-life husband, because, of course, there were not many, mixed marriages at the time, and certainly not on television. But Lucille Ball really went to bat for that, and she got them to agree to it, and it was a very big deal at the time, and it was incredibly successful, of course, as everybody knows. So I think that Desi Arnaz had a bit of a chip on his shoulder because, he was, him being on the show was a favor to Lucille Ball. And, she was very aggressive. Now, another problem is that there was a 6-year age difference between the two of them. He was 6 years younger than she was. And also, he was a huge ladies' man. And so he cheated on her all the time, which also caused a lot of, bad blood between them. Still, they were married for 20 years. So they were very strong personal and professional partners. So I think that this could not be a stronger setup. I think it's absolutely incredible. I can't believe it took this long for it to get off the ground, but I do believe that what made it work was WandaVision. I think everybody going crazy about this, I think recreating it, and I think Nicole Kidman was like, there's a script out there where I can do that, and I think in an even more aggressive way. So I just think it's phenomenal. What do you guys think? Would you watch this? I agree, Sean. I think that that Nicole Kidman will do a good job with the dramatic, real-life Lucille Ball scenes. I think that's an excellent point. Oh, Tabitha's still not on board necessarily. Oh, Patrick says no, but most of you like it. Scorpion Dan says not at the top of my list. Oh, that's interesting. I think it's just phenomenal. But you gotta be a fan. If you don't want to watch this, I'm a little nervous about how you're going to react to WandaVision the first 3 episodes. But you know what? I can't believe there's not even like a tease, which is so strange. There's you can tell there's something amiss, but I would have put a hook in there. I would have put a hook in the first one. I just feel it's like what they should have done. But I'm sure everything will work out. It's very exciting. Alrighty, so Danielle says, I've been waiting for this for years, so I will definitely watch it. I love it, Danielle! All right, so those are the 3 stories of the day. It's 5:32. You can ask me anything you'd like until 5:42. And we'll do a couple of shout-outs, and then I'm trying to get on track so I can have a good regular schedule. God damn it. God damn it. Olivia Rodrigo, do you mean the stars behind me? Those are actually lights and buildings. But they do look like stars a little bit. Raphael, I believe that Army Hammer thing was made up, which is kind of scary. Hey, Brandon Hamill, I like your idea about the Marvel slate and the ratings. I will definitely do that. Let me make sure you get credit for it. That was a good idea, Brandon. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Olivia, you meant my shirt! That's so funny. Thank you. I love this sweatshirt. I got it. I was walking around Bloomingdale's, and they had a big sale, so I was like, what can I get? I'm always looking for shirts to wear on air. And I saw this, and I was like, that's pretty nice. So I got it. I have to look for things that look nice around the neck, which is hard to do, because otherwise you can't tell. Like I got a gray shirt for Christmas that I wore the other day in my top 10 movies. It's got a bunch of flowers on the sleeves and on the bottom and on the middle, but you can't tell. This looks like a gray shirt. Oh, okay, I'll tell you, I did look into the Kristen Ritter, Keith. I did look into the Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones on She-Hulk. So the update on the She-Hulk situation is that Daredevil is going to be on the show. Is in talks. And also, the actress liked a tweet talking about that, which confirms that. So I was the first to tell you that. That's going, that they're working through that negotiation. And that's easy to do because he's already in Spider-Man 3, Charlie Cox. I've also reported to you that Kevin Feige really liked Kristen Ritter as well as Charlie Cox in their roles in the Netflix Marvel series. So I did find out that while it's something that's being considered, it has not even reached the talks stage yet. So right now, it's just a glimmer in Kevin Feige's eye. So we'll see what happens. Vanderson Valley, I'm not quite sure when the next watch along will be. I'll have to pick a movie. Maybe we'll watch, what would you guys be interested in? like White Tiger, Batman Soul of the Dragon. Maybe we'll do The Little Things on HBO Max. Would you guys want to watch The Little Things with Denzel and Rami Malek? That's a crazy watch-along movie. But it's a fun new HBO Max movie. Oh, I like X2, Keith, as you know. Oh, yeah, we didn't watch Soul. But I've watched Soul, like, a lot at this point. I've watched 2. I watched it twice. Oh, who just asked me that? Where was that? Evan says, thoughts on WB submitting Wonder Woman for Best Picture. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's absolutely ridiculous. That thing's hovering around rotten. No one has rallied behind the film. You know, Batman v Superman and Joker were attacked very strong. But there was a fan base, hey Javier Tavares, there was always a fan base that was rooting for it, you know, that was really willing to go to the mat. No, ain't no one willing to go to the mat for Wonder Woman 1984. I've been trying to be like, hey guys, hey Mike Rowland. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be so mean to Wonder Woman 1984. And every single time, the vast majority goes, yes, we should. So that ship has sailed. It's ridiculous. They are flushing money down the toilet trying to get that to have any nominations. I mean, maybe for but who would nominate that even for VFX? Score, perhaps. Although I liked the score. Although a number of you said that you felt that the score for Wonder Woman 1984 was repetitive of other Hans Zimmer work. So that might hurt it with the musical. I mean, I liked it, but the composer community might be like, what the hell, Hans? He's like, I have a lot of work to do. Leave me alone. Let's see here. Patrick O'Donnell says, should Patty Jenkins apologize for Wonder Woman 1984? I think she should apologize for the Steve Trevor thing. I usually don't think that you should. I don't think that she should apologize overall. I feel like that would be a mistake and it's unnecessary. And, you know, how would you even say that? Especially when some people liked the movie. I think she could joke about it and be like, whoo, that sure didn't work out, right? I mean, I would maybe do that. I mean, I think it's important to be able to laugh about your mistakes. I think that's the best way to handle them. But I do think the Steve Trevor thing, she's got to find a way from stopping people yelling at her, Wonder Woman raped someone. That's real bad. It's everywhere. It's not going away. It's like, but at the same time, she kind of did. I mean, I don't like that phrasing, to be honest with you. I think it's a little aggressive, but I can't say it's a lie, you know? So I feel like that's probably something that if I were her, I think that, I don't even know if I would apologize like in those words, but I'd maybe do an interview. I don't know. I mean, it's never going to go away. I mean, the Star Wars Last Jedi stuff never went away. It's rough out there. You guys are aggressive. Not really. BTT members are wonderful people, but some of the people online are super aggressive. Let's see here. Yeah, I saw that who just mentioned that? Mika said Gotham Central got a new showrunner. Yeah, I thought they picked someone like who was not a good substitute for Terrence Winter. They were like, how about this guy? And you're like, I've never heard of him or really any of the shows he's worked on. I mean, maybe he'll do a great job. I love meeting new talent, but he's not the kind of, I mean, I didn't cover it today because he's not the kind of person where you're like, oh my God, what a great choice. I can't wait to see what happens. You're like, okay, I'm glad you're still making it. That Terrence Winter. He's going to do Dial M for Murder instead. I don't blame him. Olivia says, who is your favorite female spy or assassin villain? Oh, that's a tough one. Off the top of my head, I'll go with Cate Blanchett's Hela. I thought she was fantastic. Nicholas says, do you think the Suicide Squad will be successful? It's a little too early to tell. I think that James Gunn has taste issues, as I've said many, many times before, and I worry about him having an R rating. You know, I think PG-13 kind of keeps him in line. And I think Kevin Feige kind of kept him in line. I worry what he will do with complete freedom. I also feel that people don't love 70s, you know, like, although, it's based on a movie. I forget the name of it. Do you guys remember what it's based? The Dirty Dozen. That's actually on HBO Max. So I'm planning to watch that closer to when the trailer comes out so that I can compare what he's basing it on. But I feel like he's chosen a movie that people today wouldn't be that into. I think no one's like, yeah, 70s Vietnam movies, woo, or war movies. I'm like, meh. And I think it's not great that the trailer did so poorly during DC Fandom. But I gotta see a proper trailer. I liked some of the stuff that I saw. I liked some of the stuff that I saw a lot. And also, I don't know, I gotta tell you, the word from inside Warner Brothers is that it's amazing. They're like, the Suicide Squad is the best thing I've ever seen. We're spinning off Peacemaker. Oh boy. But I gotta tell you, the word from inside Warner Brothers was that Wonder Woman 1984 was amazing. They were like, oh, this is such a hot project. It's so great. And look how that turned out. So, and they also loved Birds of Prey. Remember, everybody inside Warner Brothers was like, oh my God, Birds of Prey is amazing. I think they need someone inside Warner Brothers who knows the comics better because they're getting excited over stuff that's not helping them. Yeah, Dana O'Leary, Starro. Starro, let's see if he can make Starro work. Who's asking me that? Dancing Dog 60. I'm having trouble with microwave popcorn. It never works. It's not cooking correctly for me. So I'm kind of like really off microwave popcorn right now. What did I think of the Malcolm and Marie trailer, says Jico. I think that Zendaya probably will win an Oscar. And she looks phenomenal there. She looks so gorgeous and so cool. And she put that whole project together. And she did a great job putting something together for herself. And I'm a big fan of John David Washington, as you know. But right now, from that first trailer, it reminded me, I think they're both a little too young for the roles. You know, I don't know. They're younger, but they're acting, particularly Zendaya, acting like an older couple that have so much money and having an argument like that. Like, who has an argument at that level? And who stays in the relationship if they have that little invested at that point? I did like the line about, you know, you only see someone until when you're about to lose them. I thought that was excellent. But I also feel it reminds me a little bit of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, so it would have to have writing that's that good. And then also, nobody likes to sit through someone else's arguments. No one's like, I mean, whenever a couple has an argument, no one's like, oh, let's sit here and watch it. They're like, I'm going to go now. I'll call you tomorrow, text you tomorrow. So that's like, I don't know how much fun it would be to watch it as of right now. It didn't look like a fun movie, but it looked like an awards movie. And I got to tell you, I've been watching a lot of awards movies this year, and they are not fun. I liked The Father. That was good. But I didn't like Minari, I didn't like Nomadland, and I didn't like One Night in Miami. Oh, it is 5:42. Okay, I'll do like 3 more questions, because I did a lot of sidebars. Another Marriage Story, says Chris. Marriage Story was interesting, though, because it was over a longer period of time. Like if Marriage Story was, the whole movie was that fight, I don't think that would have been fun to sit through. Also, Marriage Story made so many great memes. That was comedic in some ways. That was good stuff. Let's see here. Whoa, it's going so fast. I put it on slow. You guys, I don't know if you're gaming this. Okay. Lloyd Lester, I did not like One Night in Miami. I feel bad about it. I feel bad. I didn't like it. I felt like it was just like rehashing stuff that we've already gone through before. And it all takes place largely in one space. And like, it's just not fresh enough. I feel bad saying that, but I just didn't care for it. I thought the opening was good. The opening was strong, and then I didn't care for it. You know what I did like that I watched last night? You just reminded me of it. I watched The Comey Rule from Showtime. I watched both parts. I thought it was incredibly fair and basically said everybody was stupid. I thought it was very well done. And the actor who plays Malcolm X in One Night in Miami plays Barack Obama in The Comey Rule. And he was really great. He played a great Barack Obama. But also, Brendan Gleeson as Trump. I mean, that was like incredible. I mean, he didn't do a caricature. He like really did the work. I was impressed. If you are looking for something to watch, it's 2 movies basically. The first half is an hour and a half. The first part is an hour and a half. The second part is 2 hours. It's from Showtime. I highly recommend that you watch it. Let's see here. Kyle, I'd love a Black Canary HBO series, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, I think they realize that the character has been well received. And of course, they do like Journey Smollett from Journey Smollett Bell from the Lovecraft Country, but Birds of Prey was such a colossal failure for them. I don't see them revisiting it. All right, so let's do some shout outs. So don't ask me any more questions because I'm not going to answer them. But you can just tell me where you are, what you're doing, if you're having anything for dinner, what you're up to, and I can just give you a quick little shout out. That's what I like to do at the end. I haven't watched Promising Young Woman yet. Oh, that's a question. Don't do that to me. Let's see here. Evan's about to eat dinner in Ohio. That's fantastic. Hey, Ari, see you. Let's see here. I'm well, Alex. Thanks for asking. Why Guven is in Santa Monica drinking some boba tea. That sounds delicious. Adam is struggling with the pace of your live chat in the UK. Oh, stay strong over there. I know you guys are having a very bad time with coronavirus. Alfonso Veliz is in Mexico playing games. David James is reading comics in Scotland. I have some comics to catch up on. I read Thor and Daredevil. I caught up on both those runs over like the New Year's holiday weekend, and they were both so good. I'm glad I waited. So I have to catch up on Rorschach now. Comic books are getting dense, some of them, so it's hard to just like quickly read them. Jack Lugo is at home in New Jersey watching with my son Tommy. Hey, Tommy! Faisal Budai is having double chocolate brownies in Kuwait. That sounds so good. Fernando is working from home in Sacramento. Will Shields is in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Hey, Will. Let's see here. Captain Keen has a chocolate latte in London. Dane, I did buy Eternals #1, but I haven't gotten to read it yet. I'm like, let's try this again. Because I bought the old Eternals comics. I bought the original and the reboot from a couple of years ago. And I thought both of them were unreadable. Brett says, Grace, but Thursday is my birthday, and I've been officially watching you for half my life. That's fantastic. Happy birthday in advance. Oh, Dancing Dog is having microwave popcorn in Boston, so that's why you were asking me about it. Matt Damrich is reading The Long Halloween to get ready for the Batman and is enjoying it. I'm so happy to hear that. Francis Pelletier is eating cheese in Quebec City. That's so perfect, Francis Francis, you lived up to your name. Let's see here. Evan says 2 weeks until back in school. Myra is eating egg drop soup in Florida. Ooh, Florida. I love Florida. Let's see here. Damon Terrell is eating Chinese food, getting ready to watch Suicide Squad. Maybe it's not that bad. The first Suicide Squad? God bless you, Damon. You've never seen it? I hope it has its moments. Lisa is trying to stay awake in Madison, Wisconsin. You can do it, Lisa. Rashad is enjoying his day off in Las Vegas. Olivia Rodrigo #1 that's a great name to get attention, Olivia. Studying for my driver's license exam. Oh, good for you. Chad, formerly CJ, is laying on the couch with Marvel in Manhattan. I'm so disappointed they changed the emoji, Chad, because now the emoji doesn't look like your dog like it did before. Alex is enjoying the stream with a coffee before work. Excellent. Lena says, I'm about to watch the Justice League animated series after the stream ends. It's so good. Oh, yeah, it's great that they're adding these to the HBO. I don't think Justice League is on there just yet. But, boy, the animated series were so good. Let's see here. Carlos Munoz is eating a quesadilla. I love quesadillas. Let's see here. Damani says, I just joined in for the stream. Hey, Damani Lavelle. I'm glad I got to see you and say hi. Mr. Macau 08 is setting up quizzes for his students. And Bence Virag is getting ready to go to sleep in Hungary as usual. Oh, it's so nice to see you across the way there. Oh, fantastic. All right, everybody. It was so nice to see you. And I'll see you again because live streams are all set up. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, bye, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye.